park mean to you?
I come here every 2 weeks.
I'm working at Soleil, just right there.
What does it mean to me? What a question. Well, for me, since I live close, it means families, because it's a gathering for for families and their friends and my kids' friends.
The park means to me freedom, the pleasure for walking, and to have a great time.
One question, that's it.
Yeah, I've had so many great film experiences there through the years. It's hard to put it into words.
It's like a cheaper movie theater, I would say.
I think it's like a cornerstone of like the local culture and the local art scene.
I mean, I've never been, so I couldn't really tell you.
It's a good place. Like I've been there with my friends, and I've been to see like some movies that maybe weren't out in like the big theaters, and they were maybe like felt a bit more intimate going there. Yeah.
I don't know about the whole building, but I know about these two places, which are a bar and some type of like gallery thing. I started coming here around 2018, 2019, and last time I was here was a couple of weeks ago, so it's remained.
Actually, I've been there once in this building. It was a bar, and I find it too bad that nothing happened so much. So this seems to be empty and not so much activity or that I know of. So I would be happy if something happened, like some cool commerce, some association or stuff like this.
I haven't had the pleasure of being inside.
That's why I've been living here for the past 2 years. I guess it's important in itself like that.
Not this one in specific, but like years ago, I was visiting, or I was doing business in Ottawa, and then my friend lived in Ottawa, and we came to Montreal for a night, and like, I don't know, at some silly hour, I think it's actually that hallway. It looks so familiar, that entrance there, but just down the street, we ended up like at a girl's place, drinking some more and blah blah blah.
It doesn't really mean anything to me.
I don't know. I never been there.
Never had a class there, but sometimes go to work in empty seminar rooms at the top of this building.
Yeah, exactly. I think the only times I've been in that building is in the empty classrooms with Adam and with our other friends, when we just try and find a nice spot up high to work.
Catch a view of the campus, get kicked out.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was an undergrad and I had classes in here, I actually met my boyfriend here, and we've been together for 4 years now. So yeah, it's a nice building.
Never taken a history class there because, well, I'm not a history major, but I've certainly had a couple of exams, and it just gives me, it brings me memories of those exams every time I go in there.
So in a like philosophical, metaphysical sense, nothing. It is an edifice, it's a structure. In a more artistic sense, because this one connects directly to the art building, seeing inside, you can see the actual outside with the windows and everything, and it shows to me that you can build and grow while still maintaining and preserving what came before, without them having to conflict with each other, if that makes sense. I might just be rambling.
Acabamos de comer aquí y sabíamos de este restaurante desde México. Nos enteramos allá y vinimos a buscarlo.
Pour moi, ma poule mouillée, c'est de la bonne bouffe, là, du bon poulet.
J'ai jamais mangé ici, mais ça a l'air succulent. Voilà.
So we're tourists in Montreal, and I've heard that this is some of the best poutine, and yeah, we're about to try it out.
Nothing much than any buildings that I've ever been in, so it's just a building from Saint Laurent for me.
No, I've never been inside. I haven't even noticed it from the outside.
No, nothing.
I've never been in it, but it looks really nice and it's on a really cool street.
It means nothing to me. It means less than dirt. In fact, I would burn it to the ground if I could, but I can't, so I won't.
Yeah, I'm walking close to here, okay. So I pass by almost every day, but that's all.
It's an oasis of greenery and peace and people getting together, and dog can walk here, and it's just a peaceful place, really.
To me, it's just like a place of character and nostalgia.
And I think there's a lot of barbecues.
So every day I'm coming in the same hour from the Wu Park to this area, and I'm feeling it's more alive zone of Montreal. So I feel you can see, if you search around, so you will see people are getting close to each other, so it's more friendly.
Jeanne means to me, she's the co-founder of Montreal. Montreal has been founded with two founders. So one is Maisonneuve and the other one is Jeanne Mance. And Jeanne Mance, that the park is the park that I know since I'm in Montreal, because I was living here 50 years ago, right over here. And Jeanne Mance actually, about the history, is to me, I mean, is here that where I be living. But by the way, she's the first nurse of the New France.
Really?
Yeah, she
came
with Maisonneuve in 1642, and she's the one who founded the hospital down there, which is Hôtel Dieu.
Of course.
But in the old days was located in the old Montreal, and now it's over here, and now it's closed. So now they opened the hospital center for the University of Montreal. So now the students are attending there. Like McGill, they are attending the cousin. So Jeanne Mance, for me, is the co-founder of Montreal. That's that park, and actually is one of the nice locations in Montreal.
Thanks for asking. It's got a lot of depth to it. One of my favorite authors is Mordecai Richelieu. I didn't discover him until I came to Montreal, and I'm so glad, because I was able to read pages of this book and be in the place that he was talking about. And one of my favorite books, Barney's version. Not Barney's version, excuse me. I'll get to it. But anyway, his first book, he's walking past Flanders Field and the Brigade Training Centre. Literally, the opening scene of this book is them walking along here, and they call it Flanders Field, and I just, oh my God, if I'd read that in London or read it in anywhere else, I still would have been an amazing book, but it just was just, it hit me tenderly. And the other thing is, one of my greatest memories is I was 20 years ago exactly, is when I came to Montreal, and I volunteered at an organisation. I didn't know anyone, and it was going wrong. The rain was pouring down. We were having a picnic right there. It was pouring down. Literally, there was a flood taking everything down. It was one of the classic July Montreal downpours. Within an hour, everything was dry. You'd have no clue that an hour ago there had been, you know, and it was like this again. Anyway, that is when I met everyone I still know today. We all kind of huddled together. We kind of brought all the stuff back to that brigade centre, that Mordecai Richler. We brought all the stuff back because we thought it was off. No, it was now on. We brought it back. And yeah, that my life began in that corner in this city.
What's the significance? It's the most genuine Quebecois bar I've ever been to. And it's great because the bartenders all know each other. At all the dive bars, Pastels, you ever been to Pastels, have you?
I've been.
You've been?
Free pool.
Free pool, it's the best part. Pool here too.
Rachel and what? Denis?
Saint Denis, yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah. And Tanya here knows Valerie there. I was talking to both of them about that a bunch.
No way.
But it's really just, you know, I'm an Anglophone and they don't hate me. And that's really nice because you'd think that they would, you know?
Just a beautiful building to look at.
Yeah, I've always just thought of it as just a kind of creepy looking build. I was first year up in Upper Res, so just walked past it. Knew that there were like it used to be like an old psychiatric hospital, and yeah.
It has no real importance to me.
I mean, it doesn't really have any significance to me. I guess it's just another building.
Honestly, to me, like I said before, it's more or less just a creepy building. Like, yeah, there's a lot of medicine done here, but it's a beautiful castle, but I'm sure there's a lot of weird things that went on at the same time, you know?
Not really. I did go for my History of Quebec class. We went up to the Ravenscrag area, but that's kind of all I know about it.
It's my first time, me and my friends, well, they've been trying to convince me to go for a while because they were like, it's the best spot to like hang out and play cards. So we're hanging out and playing cards.
To me, significant club social, when I first moved to the Mile End 16 years ago, my son was probably about 15 months old, and I used to like come along and try and find somewhere that might show the Arsenal game. And they have Italian football. And I came in and said, tell me, is there any chance you can show the Arsenal game? And they looked at me and said, who? 16 years later, the games are already on, even if I'm here or not. And they now have a flag here. But it was an amazing place because I take my son to daycare around 8 o'clock in the morning. And in those days, I was a freelance journalist working from home. And what happened was I just like shoot down, have a quick coffee before I'd be at home, like working away on a story. And he suddenly realized that at 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, you have the kind of conversation that you wouldn't even get in a pub in England in the evening. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. So I'd have a couple of lattes and go home, and I was just like totally G'd up for the day. And it's always been like a total center of like Mile End. Like people talk about Cafe Olympico, people talk about Club Social, and Olympico in many respects is like a kindergarten for hipsters. It's the people who kind of spend some time in the Mile End. Not so many of them are really from the Mile End, whereas Club Social, they're from the Mile End, and this is like much more community. As I sometimes joke, what happens in Club Social stays in Club Social, but what happens in Saskatoon, you just have to tell somebody about it.
doesn't. I just live here, but I've never been. I just don't know.
No, just walk past it all the time. But I did wonder who this person was once. And one of my friends found out that he donated a lot and was a very kind person. That's all I know.
Not really much at all. I just moved here.
I've walked past it a lot, but I have never been inside it.
A little perch that we would go smoke and drink on, and there's this like gnarly set of stairs that you have to kind of climb to get up there. And there's like a room right below it that always kind of had its lights. It's fucking haunted, and it just kind of overlooks Upper Res. And I guess for me, it like acclimated the whole experience of coming up here, because this isn't where I had my residence. I was in C4, but to come up here and the debauchery of Gardner, and you add this like abandoned hospital where we go smoke at, it just felt like the best of the best, but also like the worst of the worst, like just delinquent activities. But it's where I have a lot of memories and where I met so many special people, so it means a lot.